So here is the punter, Matt Bosher, to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings with Kirk Cousins leading the way. Cousins surprisingly efficient in his first season as a member of the Vikings. He hit on better than Drew Brees and was actually just the 6th ever NFL quarterback to finish a season above that 70% mark. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Check the 8.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Now Ryan on 1st down. Gets it off to Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down. Here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Treadwell. It's caught inside the 25. 39 yards there. A big one.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play fake. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run with Cook. Shrugs the tackle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes the score 7-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is crazy. Catch 6-9-9.
Here we go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. On third down, Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Justin Hardy. 61 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he... Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's going to be caught. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because They're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About... Set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things. There.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And Falcons fans everywhere. Excited that Devontae Freeman. Is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
6 yards the pickup. That's a first down. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Ryan. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? Would he break a couple of tackles? I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing. The ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make? And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Adrian Claiborne. Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Hey, 382, last 50.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. On play action, Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. How about the first quarter? He's putting together out wide. Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes is the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Check four. General West. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. But he's on pace now for 12 rushing touchdowns, and I think he's making fantasy owners smile.
I think you've got to change something on defense, don't you? I mean, we often talk about using a spy on a quarterback who has the ability to run and maneuver outside of the pocket. Maybe they need to change that to spying him, because this many touchdowns this early, that is demoralizing for a defense. One guy breaking them down.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion. And it sets up a third down. The Falcons on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Ryan. Complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there. And Falcon first down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Let's go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Going right side here, and that's complete. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Ryan.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
2nd down and goal. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get the quarterback, almost get To the passer, then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is, and of course the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've got the... Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They go play action. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. The Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. Cousins now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Buying time to his left. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Play action now. Cousins. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Off the play fake, Cousins. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Throwing, Cousins, setting up the screen for Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Back to the air. Ryan after the pick six. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, 30 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result,
defense.
6 points.
Touchdown. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy. Officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. This complete to Jones.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. It's caught. Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Now Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Gets it off to Freeman. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. They'll look to run with Freeman. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 2nd and goal, Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10.
20.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple of completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. First down, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Ryan He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they lead the visiting Baltimore Ravens at halftime. Kenyon Drake, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game. Then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. 30. 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to Try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan. Showing you.
On third down, Cousins. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving... Up a first down on third and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Play fake, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark moving.
Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
A quick throw into the hands of Hardy. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Ito Smith. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll run it again with Smith. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have now moved out in front. He's giving them a little jolt, and now it's blocked. Well, the Vikings have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams group, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there. Blocked the extra point and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Treadwell. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
I'm going to hit you all.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 31, Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Now Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman. The 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Well, big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Ryan. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Good job.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now it's Ryan. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Do you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
We got 4. We got 4.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cousins gives way to Cook. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Adrian Claiborne able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins is going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They go play action here on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Here we go. Hey, 59, ready.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On third down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 3-yard line.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 corners, no reason to lighten up now. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Play action now. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on. Second and 10. On play action, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
This has been a tough. For this offensive line, it appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Lets it fly for Thielen, and that's caught inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
On 1st down, Abdullah. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression? 3 yards in a cloud of dust. In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to go for it all. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. All right, gearing up for another drive here. Austin Hooper trots back out. And the numbers show it. Low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has. And when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
From the 36, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Open man, it's Stacker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. First down, Falcons. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than...
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now Ryan, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. Cousins on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Cousins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a play fake here on first down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as his guys are back within a single score. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Check the backer. Lucky 48. Right there. 54. Right there.
Here's Cousins. That's caught, and he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football. Game.
And watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Now Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 37 yards. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it?